Welcome back everyone, 𝘱𝘱𝘊𝘺 here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you some tips on where you should consider buying Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. The three sites that I'm going to be sharing with you today are sites that I have been using since I entered the crypto space in about 2016 to 2017. So I feel very comfortable with these sites, but I'm going to be sharing with you why it's so important to pay attention to fees when it comes to buying in the cryptocurrency space. If you are new to the space, you might have bought your first Bitcoin like I did on Coinbase and not Coinbase Pro, and you paid way more than you should have in fees. You lost out on accumulating more Satoshis, and in the long run, you're going to see that it would have paid off just to do a little bit more research and find the best option for you. So today I'm going to be going over your particular plan. For every single person, it's going to be different on where you want to consider buying Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. It's going to depend on your short-term versus long-term plan, so I'll be getting into all the details today on that. I'm also going to be talking about the maker versus taker fee, how you can utilize that to save a lot on fees as well. I'm going to be giving you some tips as well on how to access the cheaper ways within these sites just by changing the settings to change the fee schedule dramatically. If this is your first time here, I love making videos about how I retired at the age of 24, the different strategies and investments that I'm making, and the different platforms that I am utilizing to reach and maintain financial freedom. If you want to see more of those videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. So let's go ahead and get into it on the best options when it comes to buying Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So the three different exchanges that I'm going to be comparing today are Coinbase Pro, Gemini Active Trader, and KRAKEN Pro. One thing that you should keep in mind that your volume could potentially change the fees. The fee schedule that I'm going to be going over today is if your volume is 0. Some of these different platforms have options to where if you start trading 50,000 in volume, 100,000, a million in volume, you can bring down your fees dramatically. But to keep this as simple and straightforward as possible, I am strictly using the fee schedule if your volume is 0. So before picking one of these exchanges, there's a few things that you should take into consideration. You should think about your short-term versus long-term plan. When it comes to the asset that you're looking to purchase, do you plan on holding it short-term or long-term? Are you looking to sell it quite quickly and turn a profit, or are you wanting to hold this asset for an extended period of time? You should also ask yourself if you have the intention to earn interest on whatever you're buying. So if you're buying Bitcoin, there is options on something like KRAKEN to earn interest. There's also options on Gemini to earn interest as well. You should also consider the fact if you are going to buy that and keep it on the same exchange that you purchased it on to earn interest, or if you plan on moving it to something else like Celsius or Nexo. Or safest route, if you are looking to purchase immediately and send over off of all of the exchanges onto a Ledger Nano S, which is the safest way to store your cryptocurrency. There's a link down below for you to purchase a Ledger Nano S. They're very reasonably priced, and if you want to hold your Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and have full total control, a Ledger Nano S is one of your best options. So like I said, you should ask yourself all these questions because it's going to change which exchange you may choose to buy from. So first, it's very important to understand maker fees versus taker fees. Many different exchanges actually will give you a better rate if you are a market maker. First, let's go over what a market taker is. Being a market taker means that you are buying at the market value, the current market value. So basically you're going to set an order to buy immediately. If you are a market maker, you are looking to buy or sell at a different price than what the current value is. Typically, a maker order is also called a limit order. For example, let's say the price of Bitcoin is $48,000. If I am a maker, or if I'm going to set a limit order, then I would be setting it for any amount below that. It could even just be a few dollars below the current market value, and just by setting an order for a few dollars before, you can actually save quite a bit on fees. On the other hand, if you're looking to sell, you can also put a sell order for just a few dollars above the current market value or thousands of dollars above the market value. And because you are a market maker, you're also going to be paying less fees in that scenario as well. So just to kind of clarify on the terms used, if you are a market maker, if you're setting an order that is not at the current market value, that can also be considered a limit order. When it comes to a taker, you're taking the exact market value, that can also be considered a market order. So let's go over how to access these accounts. In some scenarios, it's really straightforward and others not so much. So when it comes to Coinbase Pro, you're probably gonna first make a Coinbase account. You're gonna use your same email and you're gonna use your same password to log into Coinbase Pro. Basically, you're just gonna go to pro.coinbase.com and you're gonna, like I said, use your same email, same password, log into the exchange, and this is gonna give you the ability to pay the lesser fees. So if you want to check out the fee schedule on Coinbase Pro, you go to orders, fees, and you can see that I've had very low volume on Coinbase Pro. I used to use Coinbase Pro a lot personally. There were some times that my volume was over $1 million. I was paying a lot less in fees. So I was paying, like 0.18 to 0.08 in fees, but I have been using different platforms lately because the fee schedule is better. So you can see that my current maker fee is 0.5%, as well as my current taker fee is 0.5%. And that's basically with my total volume at $123. So I am at the lowest tier possible. There were some times that my fees were getting up to the thousands when my volume was over $1 million. The fees can add up extremely quickly, and that's why I'm here to tell you that you should look at all of your options to find the best option to pay the least amount of fees possible. So getting into the Coinbase Pro account is quite simple. Now let me show you how to access Gemini Active Trader. So basically you log into your Gemini account, you're gonna go to account, you're gonna go to settings, and basically down here under trading interface, there's Gemini Basic and there's Gemini Active Trader. It's as simple as just selecting this, and you are now going to be paying significantly lower fees. Let me show you a quick example. I have switched back to Gemini Basic. Let's say that I'm looking to buy Bitcoin one time for $10,000. You can see here that on the regular Gemini account, if you're buying more than $200 of Bitcoin, you're gonna be paying 1.49%. which is just absolutely absurd. You should never be paying that much when it comes to Bitcoin fees. When it comes to Gemini Active Trader, your fees for placing a market order is 0.35%, and your fee for a limit order is 0.25%. So that just shows you're paying at least 1 whole percentage, even more, less than just regular Gemini Basic account. So I'm headed definitely back over to account, settings, changing this back over here to Active Trader. With just a click of a button and about 5 seconds of your time, you can pay significantly less on Gemini. So I used to use Coinbase Pro just because I loved the interface. My volume was getting so high on there that it made sense to do most of my trades there. But since I have backed off the trading significantly and I'm just more acquiring Bitcoin over a period of time, Gemini Active Trader has been a really great option. So right now I am just logged into KRAKEN.com. You can see here on Kraken that any instant buy is going to yield 0.9% fee for any stable coins and 1.5% fee for any other crypto or FX pairs. If you use Kraken Pro, you can see here how low the fees are. The maker fee is 0.16 and the taker fee is 0.26. The thing that most people don't talk about is how much it's going to cost you in fees to also withdraw. For example, Kraken has the highest withdrawal fees. So you'll have to put that into your calculation of what's going to make the most sense for you. You can see here that it doesn't matter what amount that you withdraw on Kraken, you're always going to pay this fee. You can earn rewards on your Bitcoin on the Kraken platform, but they are pretty low. You can see here that Bitcoin is going to earn you annual rewards of 0.25%. It's less than a percentage. It's definitely not worth it. So you are going to be paying the lowest fees on Kraken, but the problem is that you're going to be paying kind of a high fee depending on how much Bitcoin you're purchasing to withdraw. And it doesn't really make sense to leave it on the platform. When it comes to Gemini, withdrawals are actually free, and you can actually earn interest on your Bitcoin within Gemini. So basically, Gemini has a product called Gemini Earn. And you can see here that you can earn 1.65% on your Bitcoin. So obviously that's significantly better than Kraken. Coinbase Pro does not give you any options when it comes to earning interest. So personally, for myself, I am doing most of my purchasing on Gemini because I can easily move it over to Gemini Earn if I want to earn interest. And if I want to withdraw, I can withdraw for free to my Ledger or any other platforms like Celsius or BlockFi or Nexo.io. But here's the reason why fees are so important to consider when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You should not look at your Bitcoin at the value that it's at today. You should look at it as if it's worth $1 million. You should treat it like it's worth $1 million. You should secure it like it's worth $1 million. If you lose 0.01 Bitcoin in trading fees, today that's worth $480. But when Bitcoin goes to $1 million, it's actually going to be worth $10,000. So you should be really stingy when it comes to having to pay fees. Never overpay. If you want to check out any of these platforms, I have a link down below. You can sign up for KRAKEN with my referral code and Gemini as well. On Gemini, we'll both receive $10, and on KRAKEN, honestly, I don't know if there's an incentive for you, but I think I get a percentage of your trades, and that's one way that you can support my channel. I hope you found this video helpful. I want you to accumulate as many Satoshis as possible and always treat it like it's going to $1 million, because it is. So that is all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.